Motivation is key. Why the Falcons are confident OL Jovaughn Gwyn can top round 7 expectations. At 6'2" and weighing in at 297 pounds, Atlanta Falcons offensive lineman Jovaughn Gwyn may be readily underestimated by some due to his position as a 7th-round draft pick. However, both he and the rest of the organization firmly believe that he has all the skills needed to overcome challenges and achieve success. Jovaughn Gwyn, the offensive lineman for the Atlanta Falcons, faced considerable adversity. Originally from South Carolina, he stands a height of 6'2", weighing 297 pounds, and with arms measuring 31 3/4 inches, traits that place him in the lowest percentile of all inside linemen evaluated at the NFL combined since 1999, according to with Mock Draftable. In addition to his stature, Gwyn faces the challenge of being a 7th-round pick, where only a relatively small number of players manage to stay in the league for an extended period of time. Also, it's important to consider that, at age 24, Gwyn played exclusively at guard during his season with the Gamecocks. However, during the Falcons' minicamp, he was mainly targeted to play center, which makes his journey even more challenging. But if you look inside the Falcons' premises, it's hard to find someone who shares the same mindset. When it comes to defying the odds, you're unlikely to find someone who's willing to give up. It all starts at the top with trainer Arthur Smith, who had the opportunity to meet Gwyn during the South Carolina Coaches Clinic and was impressed with what he saw. One look at Gwyn's off-field achievements and it's easy to see why. During her 5 years at Columbia, Gwyn received fall academic recognition 4 times, highlighting her commitment to the classroom during the season. He was selected as team captain on 2 occasions and received awards for his strength, conditioning, and stamina. Plus, add to Gwyn's resume his on-field accomplishments. He was selected second-team All-SEC last season, amassed an impressive 47-game record at right guard, and appeared in Reese's Senior Bowl. These achievements underscore his consistency and constant presence on the field. In other words, Gwyn can be considered a safe bet, at least in terms of what he can contribute to the organization with his exceptional and out-of-the-ordinary style of play. He's extremely productive, Smith said. He was a leader in the locker room, a leader on the offensive line. There's nothing fake about him. Despite being a little undersized, he's known for repeatedly finishing plays. He's that kind of player you know exactly what is bringing into this team. Thus, the Falcons made the decision to select Gwyn as the number 225 pick, with the aim of offering him the opportunity to play both as a center and as a guard, since his physical size and intelligence are favorable to play both. Excellent positions. For Gwyn, this is a new experience, but he described the minicamp as a very smooth adventure, as the schedule closely resembled the fall camp he used to attend in South Carolina. The biggest difficulty Gwyn encountered was getting to grips with the new building, but the transition from guard to center position wasn't too difficult to handle, even with the varying nuances between the 2 positions. As a guard, I don't have to make as many calls and things like that, Gwyn explained. I wait for the mic point and then I make my calls from there. As a center I have to make the mic point and make the calls from there, so that's the small difference. It just takes a little more thought. There's a strong belief that Gwyn is well equipped to handle the additional thinking required, due to his intellect both pre-snap and post-snap. Falcons offensive line coach Dwayne Ledford praised Gwyn's reactive skills and composure on the field, among other attributes. Ledford's experience with Gwyn is far greater than Smith's when he tried to recruit the Charlotte, North Carolina native straight out of high school, but, as Smith quipped, lost the scent. Now, 5 years later, Ledford has the opportunity to coach Gwyn, and he is extremely excited about it, particularly given the competitive nature that Gwyn brings to the offensive line. I see an incredibly determined player, said Ledford. He plays with a lot of intensity, always pushing himself to the maximum. He's someone who gives his all on the field. Falcons coaches and front office workers alike used a variety of words and phrases to describe Gwyn: tenacious, determined, tireless, and pretty much every other synonym for hyper-competitive. And indeed, that's how Gwyn needs to play, and that's a big part of why he's reached the highest level in the sport, he consistently exceeds expectations and plays at a level far above what's expected. Smith and general manager Terry Fontenot are focused on building a solid culture, and during this offseason they have been working to strengthen it. This is achieved by adding players who fit a collective vision, regardless of price or draft position. They value compatibility and alignment with the team, seeking to build a cohesive and committed group. And with Gwyn, the Falcons feel they've found exactly what they've been looking for. Just ask VP of Player Personnel Kyle Smith, who praised his physicality and intangibles, two key elements of that aforementioned culture. In terms of physical measurements, he may be shorter and have shorter arms, but this guy is aggressive and relentless, Smith said. He comes with everything going his way, so better be prepared. That's the way he works. He has to compensate for some things that people see as limitations, and we all underestimate him, but we're looking forward to seeing what Jovaughn can do. Last week, during minicamp, Atlanta got the opportunity to see Gwyn in action, where he formed a power team with left guard Matthew Bergeron, demonstrating efficient communication. The two players have grown closer and closer, as Bergeron shared, and hope to grow together in the coming months. Naturally, there will be challenges along the way as they both learn the playbook, but having each other as sparring partners is highly beneficial, or as Bergeron describes it, great. The external expectations for the two players are quite different, which is understandable considering the 187 draft positions difference between them. Bergeron is entering his rookie year as a favorite to start at left guard, while Gwyn, on the other hand, is competing for a roster spot. But he's not looking at it that way. There's no added burden on your shoulders or intrinsic motivation that comes from being chosen as the 224th pick. Instead, Gwyn is focusing internally, determined to prove he belongs in the NFL, regardless of what number was on his draft card. No matter what position I'm chosen for, Gwyn said, I'm going to come in here and keep working and doing whatever it takes. I'm willing to do anything they ask me to play for. However, Gwyn is determined to prove that accusations that he is too small and lacks the strength to stand out in the squad are unfounded. And that's exactly what the Falcons want, for Gwyn to beat all odds, from his size to where he was drafted, and more. Atlanta is a firm believer in not underestimating the mentality of a combative underdog and resilient leadership,